Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. And today we're at the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals, the greatest muscle car show on the planet. Now, I'm with Don. Don, what's your last name?
Don Bell.
And there's lots of Mustangs out there. But this is not a normal Mustang. This one has very special meaning. So let me focus on Don for just a minute. Don, what year and make car do we have?
This is a 1968 Shelby GT500 Convertible.
Now step right alongside me. I want you to tell all of the history of this car. Now, how long have you had this one?
We purchased the car late in 1989, Southern California. And
Since '89, so it's a member of the family.
yes, and we knew we wanted to do a top level restoration.
Now, when you say you and Lee, your wife?
Yes.
Okay.
And in that 29 years since, we have been very purposely accumulating parts for a Division I thoroughbred restoration. And this is the result.
For 29
years.
collecting correct parts.
Yeah.
I want to just show this here. People can pause on that. This Mustang, this Shelby, is flawless. I mean, it's just. Would you consider being better than showroom new? I mean,
Well, certainly paint standards these days are superior to assembly line standards, but the correct orange peel, the correct single stage.
now how long have you been showing the car?
First show was this year, June of 2018 in Tulsa, Mid-America Ford and Shelby.
I'm just going to turn that around so I can make that easy for the viewer. And how'd you do on that one?
We scored gold, had a premier level. The few deductions that we had would have been a premier level.
And just so that we can see all the venting, the hood is fiberglass, correct?
Correct. The entire nose is fiberglass.
Oh, the fenders too?
No,
Just the nose?
just the very front. This car has 100% original sheet metal on it. In the Southern California car, we had a definite advantage on the sheet metal.
I guess I could have done that one. That one would have been easier.
Those correct wheel covers are extremely early takeoff wheel covers from a car in San Francisco. Those are not restored.
Not restored. And show me the markings on the tire you were sharing
Tire
with
on
me.
the back side of the tire, Goodyear always dates their tires.
Okay.
The current code is different than it was in the 60s, but each tire has its plant where it was made and the date it was made.
So these tires are also correct.
They are also correct. They are November 67 vintage tires.
How do you find that?
Network and luck.
That's amazing. Let me take a look at the back of the car. That's a fantastic stance.
Sequential taillights.
When I come back to listen to the exhaust, let's turn a turn signal on and we'll show you. Okay. Now I'm saying like a fluted exhaust as well. It almost looks like it has a flute to it. There's a pipe inside a pipe.
Correct. Those are used on the GT500s and the GT350s. When the KRs came along, it was a dual trumpet.
Dual trumpet. That gas cap.
Attention all exhibitors. Please come to the lobby.
Let's
Check your
shall we?
vehicle in and get your credentials for the weekend. If your car has been brought in the building, please come to the lobby.
We have a me show some of those. Now, what do we have here? What's that
The
picture?
car was sold new in Galpin Ford in the Los Angeles area. That is the original dealer's license plate frame from the car.
And then an advertisement.
And an advertisement that is actually from August of '68 when this car was in inventory at Galpin. The sheet nearest the filler neck is how the hubcaps were shipped from the factory with the car to the dealer, and then a photograph of a '68 California Special showing the same frame from Galpin Ford. The spare, don't know whether your camera can pick it up, but it still has the ink on the tread.
Oh, it'll pick that
has
up.
never been on the ground.
Oh, Don. I'll tell you, Don, what a labor of love you've done here. And I'm just so happy to share this with the rest of the globe. This car has never been videoed.
No, it has not.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's, may I open the door?
Certainly.
Okay. Let me have you, thank you. I'll have you shut the trunk if you would, please. There we go.
What's important about this class is that it requires carpet to be factory original, upholstery to be factory original, door panels to be factory original,
Really?
dash pad, so all of the soft surfaces.
Go ahead, just push forward. Thank you.
Not reproduction.
I'm going to sit in it for just a moment. I'll be careful. You feel like you've gone all the way back in time.
The instrument cluster is the original cluster that was restored. Ford serviced that part, but there were some minor changes in the detailing, and so we chose to restore the original rather than replace it with a new old stock.
So when a car gets to be at this stage, are you kind of educating and helping the judges about what's original and what's not original? Because this car is so original, they may not know the answers.
In some cases, the judges do have questions, and through documentation, we're able to discuss and help them. We chose not to replace those labels because they're the originals. The repros don't stick and they fall off.
Fantastic. Let's open the hood, shall we?
428 Police Interceptor. This is the same block that was the predecessor to the Cobra Jet in the KRs. But this was a Police Interceptor with aluminum intake. Air conditioned, factory air conditioned, smog system, all original. What people
The
might
smog
miss,
system was because of California.
all 68 Shelby big blocks had smog with it.
Okay.
What people don't realize is that when you see any hose or a spark plug wire or a belt, those are original pieces. So try to find spark plug wires. It's an incredible search that one has to do. Shocks are original.
A good question. What are some of the difficult parts, some of the most difficult parts you had for this car?
Well, imagine any part on a car that's considered disposable. Exhaust system wears out, belts, hoses, spark plug wires,
Right.
filters, and you have to have vintage era factory type parts to replace those, and it's an incredible search.
That's amazing. Oh, labor of love. May we start it for a moment?
Yes. Some cars in this class do not run. The owners choose not to do that because you have fluids that leak and so forth.
Sure.
We've chosen to do it as the car was delivered, and
it starts when you deliver
It
it.
runs, but it doesn't run often.
Gotcha. Well, we appreciate you sharing this with us. Tell you what, I'm going to listen to that exhaust note. If you could turn on that sequential tail light you were sharing. We'll turn off that sequential tail light. Give it one rev, please. Don, if you could give it one rev, please. If you could give it one rev. Just kick down. Yes. Oh, it just kicked down. It sounded wonderful. Don's standing right there.
Another feature on these cars was a vacuum-controlled tilt and swing away steering wheel.
Vacuum control.
When the door opens, it pops to the up and to the inside away from the driver for ease of entry.
I had no idea. Don, let's have you shut that door for a moment. Let me have you stand right next to your car.
Okay.
Don, what an amazing labor of love. How much dedication. I'm just amazed at what you've done with this car. First of all, thank you for sharing it on the channel. Thank you for sharing it with the Globe. Thanks for being on My Car Story.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.